Coach Jason Capson here, and today a little controversial video. What's new with me? And the title is "Parents, Don't Be Jerks." And over the last couple of weeks, I've been traveling with my kids, and I've seen some incredible things, some great lessons, but also just some bizarre stuff. And I'm sure those of you that have kids, I have 5, have probably seen this in the past. I just want to address it because it really is something that is out of hand, and it's so simple and so silly. But watching parents act like complete and utter lunatics at a kid's event, sporting event, dance event, whatever the case may be, actually drives me insane. And I'm sure some of you can relate. So about 2 weeks ago, just to give you some context here, about 2 weeks ago, I was at the boys' a basketball tournament for my 12-year-old son, 12 years old. And they're in a tournament. And over the course of 2 days, 2 days, I watched this one parent in particular. Now, let me just go back and just say I've been at a lot of basketball tournaments lately, and I've seen parents act absolutely crazy on both sides with other teams, and it's just sometimes it just gets out of hand. Now, the basketball, we have a hard time getting referees because of the abuse that they take. We have a hard time getting and keeping coaches because of the abuse that they take. But this one particularly irritated me because this lunatic, not only was he going off on the referees at times during the games all weekend long, he was going off on our coach, his own coach, his son's coach, and he was also going off on his own kid and other kids on the team. So these are 12-year-olds, okay? And I'm talking, this lunatic was dropping F-bombs and pass the effing ball and OGD, just going off like a raging lunatic. There's other kids around. I thought that, maybe another parent of these young girls, these kids that were there might say something. This guy was raging, and I'm sure a lot of the parents were intimidated. I had to actually get up and leave a couple of times just so I wouldn't go to jail because, I like freedom. Anyways, so I've coached all kinds of athletes over the years. I took a team of young kids to the nationals in Taekwondo. Young kids that were 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. To the nationals, they were very respectful. They were, I am a passionate guy. I get fired up during competition, and I'm all about parents giving positive reinforcements, cheering for your team, cheering for your kids, pumping them up, saying, get going, I'm all for that. I'm okay with that. But when you start trashing your own kid, and more so, when you start yelling at other parents' children, pass the effing ball, so-and-so, what are you doing, so-and-so, get back. I think that's crossing the line, and it drives me crazy. So parents, let's not do that. If you can't handle being in a gym or at an event or at a tournament and cheering on your children without losing your mind and start cursing and swearing like a soldier and start acting like a crazy person, if you can't handle that, then perhaps stay outside in your vehicle, or perhaps even better, stay home.
Get out of here!
This guy, his wife actually got up and left. I think it was his wife, got up and left, walked away multiple times over the weekend. There's your sign that you might be acting like a lunatic. Stop it. It doesn't make any sense. It makes everybody uncomfortable. It makes the kids uncomfortable. It makes your kid uncomfortable. The other kids on the floor. The referees hate it. The coaches hate it. It makes for a horrible time. We need to teach our children good sportsmanship. I like the fact that we want our kids to I'm a big fan of winning. I'm a big fan of discipline. I'm a big fan of focus. I'm a big fan of team play, all of those great things. Like I said, when I took this team to the Nationals, big fan of the parents cheering us on. Big fan of the parents cheering on the kids on the floor. Not a fan of parents who'd be trashing other children. These are 12-year-old kids. Come on, Dad. Are you kidding me? Stop it. Grow up. If you can't handle it, leave. That just don't. I see it in baseball, I see it in hockey, I see it in football, I see it in basketball. Stop the insanity. If you can't handle being in the stadium and act like a grown adult and act like a normal human being, then get out.
Get out right now! Security!
Don't come to the games anymore. You're not welcome. Let me just throw that out there. Fast forward. I'm at a tournament, a competition this past weekend, and my daughter's competing. And my daughter is a national level, elite level dancer. And she performed a dance that, in my opinion, was by far, I've been a dance dad for 23 years, 27, oh wow, long time. 25, 26, 27 years. 27 years I've been a dance dad. Janik, my oldest daughter, started dancing when she was 3. I've been a dance dad for a long time. I've seen a lot of competitions. I understand the intricacies. Now, those of you that have been in any kind of competition where it is subjective, basketball, football, hockey, fighting, those kinds of things it's pretty obvious. You score more points, you win. You knock somebody out, you win. You choke somebody out, you win. It's pretty obvious. Subjective sports like figure skating, like dancing, like bodybuilding, those kinds of things are very subjective. And sometimes, and I have coached elite level, world level athletes in bodybuilding that, in my opinion, deserved wins at local competitions, regional competitions, provincial competitions, and national competitions. My opinion was they were the best bodies on the stage, and they finished 2nd, 3rd, sometimes 4th and 5th. My business partner, finished like almost last at a competition when we had him placing 2nd or 3rd at a competition. It happens. It's subjective. So we're in a dance competition, and dance competition, again, is subjective. There are rules, and there's scoring, and there's points. And I'm not, maybe I'm a little biased because it is my daughter, but I'm trying to be as objective as I can. Watching all the dancers, and she was in a group of 19. There was 19 other competitors in this dance. We watched a lot of the dancers come on stage, and they performed, and they were really, really good. These are good dancers. And then my daughter got up on stage, and it was like, and again, this isn't just coming from me. It was like watching a professional dancer amongst amateur dancers. She was that good, that strong, that technical, that flexible, just emotional, just an incredible, incredible dance. Probably the best she has ever danced. Now, last year, she competed and won every competition that she was in until she went to the Nationals and finished 3rd in all of Canada. Lyrical is her style, and this was a lyrical category. And she ended up finishing 4th. Now, what was interesting was, the owner of the studio came over and said that was a travesty of justice. Everybody was kind of losing their minds because clearly it was very, very clear to anybody with eyeballs watching this that she was by far the best in this category. And she finished 4th. And my daughter not only handled it like a champion, she didn't get upset. She didn't get frustrated. She understands that this is a subjective sport. And I watched her, and I learned so much from her, how calm she stayed. She had to compete again the next day in a different category, a category that she had never competed in her life, contemporary. It's a style of dance. She'd never done it before. And she was in that category against 20 people. And I ended up finishing 3rd against the 2 people that beat her definitely were better. She knows that. Everybody knows it was absolutely incredible. She finished 3rd. She crushed it. It was incredible. The best I've ever seen her dance over all the years. She was an incredible competitive dancer. But the day before, she did her style. She did her thing in lyrical and danced that piece perfectly, to perfection, and got 4th place. Didn't get upset. Didn't let it bother her. In fact, it pumped her up and motivated her to go in the next day and try even harder, and again, she crushed it. But the lesson there that I want everybody here, fans, parents, coaches, dancers, athletes to remember. Your job as an athlete, your job as a competitor is to get up on stage and do your absolute best. Your job as a basketball player, as a football player, is to go out there and do your best. When you're at practice, practice hard. Leave it all in the gym. Leave it all on the ice. Leave it all on the court. Practice hard. And then go to the game, go to the tournament, go to the competition, and leave it all out there. Do the best you can. And whatever happens, happens. It's in the hands of other people. It's in the hands of but if you perform your best, if you can come off the ice, if you can come off the court, if you can come off the stage, and you can say, wow, that was the best I could have possibly done, then it doesn't matter what the judges say or think or do. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Your job is to do your best. And as long as you do your best, if you get beat by someone that's better, that's okay. I've always said that to my kids, to anyone in martial arts, to all my bodybuilders, to my girls, I've always said that to them. If you do your absolute best and you get beat by someone that's better, that's okay. You can just practice harder. You can improve things. You can get stronger. You can get more flexible. You can get faster. You can work on things to get you to that next level. Now, if you get beat by people that are inferior because of it, there's nothing you can do, especially in a judged event. Bodybuilding, figure skating, dance, there's nothing you can do. All you can do is go out there and do your absolute best. And as long as you do your best, and I'm not one of those guys, I'm not one of those coaches that says, oh, it's not a matter of winning or losing, it's how you play the game. It is about winning.
It's not worth playing.
If you can't win.
That's right.
I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that winning's better. Ask anybody that's lost, and then ask that same person if they've won. If you have somebody that's won something and someone that has lost something, winning is better. I've done both. I've lost a lot. I've won sometimes, and winning's better. It's always better. Winning is better. It just is. So never mind the nonsense about it's just how you play the game. That's not true. That is not true. That is not a winner's mentality. Winner mentality is go out there, do your best, leave it all on the court, and win. But if you don't, work harder, go back the next. They have a tournament in 2 weeks. They have a competition in 2 weeks. Another competition. And I said to them, you know what the best revenge is? Is to go to the next competition, hope and pray that those same people that beat you at the last tournament are there, and then you can beat them. Though that's the best form of revenge is winning. Just say, but for the parents out there, you need to stop the insanity. We need to be there to encourage our kids. We need to be there to motivate our children. We need to lead by example. Do you think you're leading by example by acting like a raging lunatic on the court? Do you think you're helping your children by acting like a lunatic? You're not. Do you think you're going to change the referee's mind after he's made the call because you're a crazy lunatic parent on the side screaming at the referee? Do you think that that's going to change anything? It's not. Do you think you're helping the coach? By the way, a lot of coaches in baseball, a lot of them are volunteers. You're in the crowd screaming and acting like a moron, yelling at these coaches that are volunteering. How about you get out of the stands and you go volunteer and see how you do? Okay, stop the insanity. Stay home. Stay home because you're making it uncomfortable for all of us. Please share this. Please share this with anyone that you know that has acted like a lunatic at a sporting event for children. Please share this. Please share this with them because they need to hear this. Maybe they don't know they're acting like lunatics. Lunatics don't usually know that they're lunatics. So let's stop the insanity. Let's go out there. Let's have some fun with our kids. Let's lead by example. Let's show them some positivity. Let's lift them up instead of trashing them and their teammates and their coaches and the referees and the judges. Let's stop that. Okay, judging's going to happen. Sometimes judging isn't the best. Sometimes judges have an off day. It happens. That's okay. Did you feel good about your performance? Did you feel good about the shape you were in on that stage? Did you feel great about the way you played? If you did, if you left it all out there, then you're a winner. You've done your job. Go back, practice harder, come to the next time, next tournament, next competition, and do your very, very best. And dads, they're acting like lunatics. Moms, they're acting like lunatics. Stay home. That's it, that's all. Coach Jason Capson. Take care, guys.